This stream wasn't even. Where is he? Ray? Hey, LS11 Universe, it's your new ARW general manager, Zander, and I'm supposed to be joined. I was going to give him like a whole big intro and everything, but I'm supposed to be joined by Ray, but it's just me right now. This is quite honestly one of the more awkward experiences I've had on LS11 Universe. So, it's kind of waiting. There you are.
Hello there.
I had a whole intro prepared for you, but you were late.
I had issues with the microphone.
Yeah, it was going to be great. I was going to give you like this big champion intro. I was going to actually like, because like I'm not challenging you at WrestleMania, so what use do I have to be a dick?
Oh yeah, who's challenging me? Is it Quizmaster again?
It's Matta.
Oh, Matta.
Cool. Matta was represented by Brock last night.
Oh, good. Hi, Matta.
Where Brock might have actually committed murder. He F5'd Austin Theory off of a pod. It was kind of insane. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, well, I saw he took the bump. He was fine.
Oh yeah, but it was. So am I sharing?
All over. I can because I have the stronger Wi-Fi.
I was gonna say, please, will you? Because I don't know. I think my computer might explode.
Okay.
Or my router, I mean.
Okay. I got.
Stuart Falcon.
Exit all the tabs I don't want you to see.
Stuart Falcon asks, "Are we looking forward to 2K22?" I don't know. Every day that we get new footage, I get a little less excited.
Yeah.
That new GM footage the other day was very disappointing for me.
Well, like, okay. Here's what I'll say. I don't really feel like judging it till I have it in my hands and actually am like controlling it. Because like it could just be a trouble of setup, but the gameplay is really good.
Yeah.
So presentation wise, it may not be great, but the gameplay might be really fun. And like I was telling Zander, like one of our few complaints we get about this show is that our show is kind of slow.
Is it?
Kind of. Yeah, like I feel like we're methodical. I feel like the better word is methodical with our pacing. You know, we're not like, you know.
I get that.
Here, let me
Mine's cover.
Okay.
It's very disorienting hearing my own voice sometimes.
Yeah, okay. So figure out how I'm gonna do this here. Okay. No.
Oh, this is perfect. This is the perfect ratio.
Share screen.
Zach asks what methodical means. Let me give you a dictionary.com definition. Done according to a systematic or established form of procedure.
Right.
So, like, there's a method to the madness is the best way to put it.
Yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, there we go. Now we're fancy.
Which is good because that means I can also keep texting with my girlfriend on my other monitor.
Yes, I want to play this, guys, and we're going to get started on SummerSlam. So yeah, this kind of make up for the fact that I was not there. So opening time, I'm not. This isn't a re-commentary or anything. So ask whatever.
Who is the YouTube champion of this channel? His name's Ray Wood.
No, I was reading Hanzo's thing.
I saw that. I've just decided, like, I genuinely just decided that from here on out, if I'm not challenging you for the championship, I'm just going to be a supportive friend.
So you're So yeah, I was trying to get the mic set up while also trying to cook. Because I'm gonna be honest with you, I woke up at I woke up like 4 a.m. And I was up and I sat down on the couch eventually. At this point, it was like 8 o'clock in the morning, 8:30, and I fell asleep. And I woke up at like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. If this is a big match, this was a big thing to be doing. Opening the show, we have Johnny Gargano and Seth Rollins. Johnny Gargano is about to cut his promo.
His "You People" promo. Essentially, so what a lot of people didn't kind of get, because I kind of screwed up and put the timestamps in before the show went live.
Yeah.
But the only reason I do that is so people don't ask me what the match card is. People still ask me what the match card is.
Yeah, so I don't know what to do, because I do like the timestamps personally.
Maybe I'll take the timestamps out until the video is done premiering.
Yeah, because like it gives fans like a little guide, like if they were, because I understand people watch our shows in chunks.
Yeah.
Because especially our pay-per-views, because we do big pay-per-views. Like most people I've talked to who've like watched WrestleMania have told me, like they watched it in like chunks. They didn't sit down and watch the whole 3.5 hour show.
Yeah.
So
I get that.
Yeah.
I don't want to sit there and watch the whole 3.5 hour show, but I do. But like, so the thing I was saying though about the timestamps is I shouldn't have put the timestamps, and I should have just had like a scrambled match card, because the whole thing was, it was supposed to be advertised as, oh, Balor and Ricochet are kicking off the show, but Gargano then does like Paul and Brock did at WrestleMania 2019, where it's like, no. If I'm not main eventing, I'm opening. Let's get this over with. Which I think is probably the first time we've ever had a champion come out first in a match.
Yep. And now we have Rollins.
An attire that I have gone on record and saying is one of my favorites. You've gone on record saying you're not the biggest fan of.
It's fine. It's a perfectly fine outfit.
I thought just kind of the pure white was a nice contrast from 1 year ago, when he came in all black to fight Murphy.
Oh, yeah.
So he used to be the Messiah, now he's the Kingslayer. How we're going to handle that with 2K22, I don't know. I guess I'm going to just have to make him a new attire on day one. There's a couple people who I guess I'm just going to have to make new attires for and edit music in for on day one.
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know, maybe Sound Editor 2019, which is the program I use. Is it called 2019? Yeah, Sound Editor 2019. It's how you can access in-game files for certain games to change music up. But here was the long-anticipated return of Becky Lynch. It appeared to. Many people waited a long time for her to come back and didn't quite understand why we had taken her out for a year.
Well, you thought she might never come back.
Well, there was that, and there was also, the way I put it was, especially because this was at the time where, until recently, we've just been kind of following WWE's roster, Becky Lynch wasn't active for a full year. And to me, it seemed like a bit of a cop-out to make any kind of comments about how, see, WWE, this is how it's done, when we're sitting here unfairly using someone they don't have access to.
Yeah.
So her coming back at SummerSlam.
Well, that lasted. Well, that statement aged.
It has aged like milk as of last week.
Yep.
But hey, Forbidden Door is open. I'm happy about it personally. I'm just kind of glad that I don't have to be afraid of anything. Unless I'm missing something in the chat. It seems a couple people are asking how we're doing today.
Okay.
I'm fine. I'm a little tired. But hey, LS11 Universe, we're 12 subs away from 1,000, so it looks like that's going to happen this week.
Show us to your friends. Show us to your friends. We never gave our big thing, our big push to 1,000 a name. Because we're not Wrestle Talk.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything. Hey, you know what?
I can think
Tomorrow's
of one
Raw.
that sounds really inappropriate.
I'm scared, Ray. Dare I even ask?
The plow to 1,000 subscribers.
Making our way to 1K?
I like mine more.
You would.
I have a feeling the audience will too.
So we're now into the first match of the show here with Gargano and Rollins. I think this matchup was pretty good, personally.
Great fun.
Is this the first time you're seeing this stuff? I don't know.
I've seen a lot of this stuff.
Okay, I wasn't sure how much you'd gone back and watched since you weren't. So, well, I had to explain to a handful of people in chat that day, too, even though I literally was the opening statement I made, like in the opening pyro, that while you weren't there, I got asked by like 3 people, why isn't Ray here? I was like, well, I said it in the opening. We were getting ready to record, but like you just got so freaking sick. It was actually scaring me.
Well, I was exhausted. Like, And also, okay, so I'm gonna be honest. When you came to record it, that was a few days after I recovered from COVID.
Yeah.
And so it was still kind of COVID, like, sticks with you, man.
I haven't had it yet, so I don't know.
Like, all the symptoms they describe are like the most acute versions of them.
Mm-hmm.
It's weird. It's very odd. Very odd having it.
Yeah. So on a universe note here, it's weird. This match is so weird to me, and I talked about this on Patreon this week. But this matchup is weird to me for one reason. Mm-hmm. It does not feel right after knowing, because we knew this matchup was happening at SummerSlam a year ago.
Yeah.
Like, pretty much from the time we decided, yep, Gargano's going heel and being world champion going into season 3, we were like, Gargano Rollins is what's going for SummerSlam. Like, Rollins is going to become a 2-time champion finally. Mm-hmm. And so to finally have it play out is so strange to me. Like, in a good way.
Yeah. Honestly, like, it was weirder to see, to me, the Gargano heel turn play at WrestleMania than this.
Yeah, and I think about 6 months ago, that felt weird to me. I think I was saying the same thing on the WrestleMania post-show, that it felt weird seeing the Gargano heel turn finally happen.
Yeah.
Because it is a matter of, it's like, we have so many long-term plans, like the shorter-term stuff, like the short-term stories, or the stuff that has to be changed on the fly because of releases, which isn't going to be an issue anymore, as people could kind of tell from Friday when Johnny Gargano was still on SmackDown and stuff like that. That's not as weird to me. But like this, stories we've put. This is a 2-year story right here. Rollins finally redeeming himself.
Yeah.
So it's surreal to see it play out. And I think when the way Rollins' reign eventually comes to an end, because we obviously do have Seth Rollins' title reign ending already planned out. Usually the world champions, we already know who's beating them by the time they win. Usually. Hello, Bobby Roode. But anyway, it's going to be weird whenever that day comes, whether it's in 3 weeks at Clash of Champions or further down the road. When Seth Rollins loses that world title again, it's going to feel weird seeing that happen. Have I disconnected from StreamYard? Am I just like straight up frozen in StreamYard right now? Is Ray straight up frozen? Which one of us is frozen right now? This is a little awkward. Oh, it's just okay. Yeah, it was Ray. All right. So weird. So now we wait for him to reconnect, I guess. So back to me. Weird that he's the one with better Wi-Fi and I'm the one still here. I mean, I'm probably lagging pretty bad and not the best quality. I'm probably in like that crisp GameCube era quality, not just in the GameCube. It's my favorite game system, but now we gotta wait for Ray to get back, because if I try to share my screen, my router is going to explode, like I said. So, and I don't want to continue the thing without Ray, obviously, because technical difficulties. All right, Ray has sent me a technical difficulties text. He will be back momentarily. So until then, you got Zander, and you got Brittany, and you got Bidoof, and you got the other Bidoof. A little Bidoof that I keep on my desk now. So, yeah, Raw tomorrow. We got the LS11 WWE debut of Lance Archer tomorrow, so that's gonna be fun. What else? A lot of stuff tomorrow. Okay, give Ray just a couple minutes. He's got to go turn his router on again. He had to reset it. How excited am I for 1,000? I'm excited because it feels like it's a long time coming for me specifically. Like, nothing against Ray, but like this does feel like it's a long time coming for me, because I've been doing this most of my life, trying to get to 1,000 subs to, try and one day actually make a living doing YouTube. I've been trying since I was a wee lad at the age of 11. I just probably pissed off every Scottish viewer I might have. But ever since I was an 11-year-old kid, I've been doing this my whole life, and now it's starting to look like there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and things might start playing out for the better for me doing YouTube. And it feels great. But also, I'm a little nervous because I made the bet that if we had 1,000 before the end of February, I'd buy a Tommaso Ciampa cardboard cutout to put on the other side of Brittany back there. And I don't think my girlfriend's going to be thrilled about that, because her desk is right there. And then there's also, like, the fact that I've agreed to cosplay every ARW men's champion if we hit 1,000 before my birthday. My birthday's not for another 5 months. So, hello, Mac Danger. But yeah, so coming up on 1,000 subscribers is scary in the best possible way, because the channel is growing. More people are coming in. For example, this is one of the most active non-universe streams we've ever had. It's crazy. And we're just getting more and more people into the live chats and into the community every day. The comment sections are getting so big that I can't reply to everyone anymore. I used to reply to every single comment as best as I could, but now, like, I can only reply to a few at a time, and if I do, I don't even really reply as often anymore, which is nothing against the commenters. It's also just a part of, sometimes I just don't have anything to say, or it's a question I've already answered, so I don't want to answer it again. But now here we are, and I'm really stalling for time because of Ray's router crashing, apparently. Mac Danger, I know you're probably fairly new to the channel. There has not been a Monday on this channel where there's not been an episode of Raw since summer 2020. Raw is always Monday, SmackDown's always Friday, ARW is always Thursday until it's replaced with Impact, and AEW is always Tuesday. So you never have to ask if there's a show on those days, because through blood, sweat, and tears, I make sure that there's a show, even if it requires me leaving my house at midnight to go upload one, because I've done that before. I didn't finish editing a pay-per-view until after midnight one night. I did leave my house to go to the other location that I upload from so that it could actually be up in time for the premiere. And that was not fun, but I did it because that's just kind of the dedication to this channel. Do I think Cody's going to WWE? That is such a loaded question at this point. Because I want to say yes, because it seems like it. But Cody could also just kind of not. He could just not. That is entirely possible. But yeah, I think Cody might be on his way back. Speaking of on his way back, Ray's back. Welcome back.
Sorry, guys. My router is just like crapped out.
And we thought mine was going to do that. So we got a couple comments. Zach,
it wasn't the streaming, like just on occasion here, my router just craps out for no reason.
Yeah, mine does that too. Zach says that Cody could be Miz's partner. I'm pretty sure from what I've been hearing from news sources, it's supposed to be Logan Paul. And also, Zane, I think I've probably said this a bunch.
Floyd Mayweather.
What was that?
Logan Paul is suing Floyd Mayweather.
I did not know that.
Oh yeah, so you know the boxing match they had? So he got his initial payout. He's got none of the royalties from the pay-per-view.
Yeah.
And now he's suing Floyd Mayweather for it. Because I say this as a combat sports fan and realize that Floyd Mayweather is the best defensive boxer who has ever walked the face of the earth. I am serious. Floyd Mayweather Jr. is the best defensive boxer to ever live. But given his history, I'm guessing he's taken the money.
So we want to get back to SummerSlam.
Yeah, sure. You're just like, right, I don't know what to say to that.
Yeah, but to finish my thought real quick, because I've said it a bunch. Zane, I am not a wrestling news source. There's 1,000 wrestling news sites. So if you have wrestling news questions, I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah. Like we don't get too much into current events. Like, to avoid, I hate saying it like this, but it's just topical. And I want to be topical. It's kind of like what happened to Joe Rogan, isn't it? Like, no, it used to be like a cult kind of podcast, you know? And then he got more mainstream with it, and then he got started talking about more broad topics, and then he got into current events. And before you know it, people act like he's a news source.
Yeah. Okay, now I get it. We're good. You had me worried for a minute.
No, but like that's the whole thing. Like everyone's saying this. That's my perspective. I'm like, why are you going to Joe Rogan for news?
Yeah, no, like we're not a news source, never will be. Only time I've ever done anything stream-wise related to news was when there were all those releases back in August. Like when Bobby Fish got released and Bronson Reed got released, I went live with the We Need to Talk About These Releases stream. Zane, you asked me that yesterday, and I already told you I don't know. And now you're asking if it's Universe. Again, I don't give out Universe spoilers.
Like the one news thing I have pitched that I was pitching in late 2019, early 2020.
So literally the beginning of this channel.
Yeah, so like when we were like first starting to get cooking here, and thinking like different content we can make, I pitched like a weekly show that would cover more obscure wrestling.
Yeah.
And then, 2020 happened and there was no obscure wrestling.
Yep. Man, I don't know. I want to say Gargano Rollins might have been the best match quality wise, but I also think Cesaro and Rude is up there.
SummerSlam's always like a really weird card to book, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's not WrestleMania, but you want to make it like
WrestleMania, but it has to be big, and like you can't. And unlike Survivor Series and the Royal Rumble, they don't have like defined events that have to happen that help you build something around that.
Yeah. Oh, Hanzo mentioned. Didn't we mention we were going to be uploading on Race Channel? I actually on Thursday's ARW mentioned Breathing Nerddom because this was recorded in December, so that ARW was up. That was when I was writing my Xander Carver's top 10 favorite movies list, and I just haven't gotten around to finishing it.
Yeah, we need to. We both need to get around doing that. We keep getting shredded. I want to get it going. But like the issue, we get back to the issue I was talking about earlier. Like a lot of the movies I want to talk about and why I like them reveal certain aspects about my belief system.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, because like people, I'm gonna be honest, people really go. I'm more open here than I would be on regular recordings.
Yeah,
on more mass, and that's because less people, frankly, watch the live streams.
It's true.
So, like, there is a movie that I would bring up that I really enjoyed, but it would reveal a lot about how I think when it comes to theology and God and religion.
I had to take 2 religion classes in college. This is not me saying anything about how I feel religiously, but I had to take 2 Christianity courses in college, and they were within the last 2 years. They were within the last year, and just.
Because like religion is not something I want to get overly into. I'm not going to say that what I believe and what I don't believe.
Did Ray's router just crap out again? Is it? Are we? Come on now, really? Yeah, it would appear Ray just went down again. Oh my god. EOSR asks, how do I feel about 2K22? I mentioned this at the beginning of the stream, but I'll say it again. I don't know. I'm scared. I'm not feeling too optimistic about it this year. When I saw the channel for the first time and saw Bobby Roode as the main champion, it made me want to make him one of my top stars. Do you think the Doctor Strange movie is going to be good? I can't wait. I'm excited. Yeah, I think it's going to be fun. And I think Ray's router just crapped out again. So, welcome back again.
Hey, I got it back quicker than I did last time.
You did. Did your router crap out again?
I honestly don't know.
Anyway.
Like it was about to, and then I hit refresh, and now I'm back. So okay, I don't.
That's good.
Maybe it's gonna crap out.
But anyway, so Hanzo asked if we're excited for the new Doctor Strange movie. I said I am. How are you feeling about it?
I'm really excited for it. I really wish they didn't reveal Professor X as possibly in the movie.
The reason I'm okay with them doing that is because that means there's more. And Rollins is champion.
But what if it's not? You know? What if there's not more? Because movie studios do that. Like they give you like the big reveal of the whole movie.
Right. I don't know. I guess Spider-Man. The movie's been out for 2.5 months. I'm gonna say it. Like Spider-Man, Toby and Andrew weren't in the trailers, but then there's that big moment where they're in the movie. Again, the movie's 2.5 months old, and you're on social media.
Like, yeah.
I've told you 1,000 times. just because you phrase it as, what if this happens in universe, that's still asking for spoilers. Stop asking for spoilers. I'm done saying it nicely.
I thought you were even mad at me at first, and I was
No.
like, what the fuck did I was grabbing tea, Zander.
You're good. You're good, Ray. Anyway, we're on to the return of Demon Finn Balor.
To make up for the last return of Demon Finn Balor.
Yeah, I mean, I said it. I'm not going to just say it by name, but given who Demon Finn Balor's last opponent was in LS11, I just kind of wanted to make everyone forget that that's who the Demon's final opponent was.
Check early season 2.
Yep. It's a real freak accident.
And then we had a much better idea instead that we probably should have gone with all along, which was Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
But looking back, Samoa Joe was a much better idea than Lars Sullivan.
A little bit.
Oh, God.
A little bit.
I said it.
Who cares?
Like literally, as I said, I was like, no!
Words were leaving your mouth before you could process what you were saying. I've been there.
Literally, as it was like, no! Don't say it! But it's too late. You said it. It's like the one time you called your girlfriend a bitch.
Well, Zane, if you keep asking what's going to happen or what is it, yeah, I am going to fucking kick you out. It's not hard. It's 2 button presses for me.
This is so guys. I feel like I'm seeing the culmination of something here. So can someone else please ask a question or just have a comment about something? Break all this tension. That way, I'm not sitting here with all this tension right now that I'm feeling. This is incredibly awkward for me, people.
So anyway, so this is the NXT Takeover the End Finn Balor that we used here, and like you weren't on commentary for this, but if you remember my commentary, I actually kind of made a reference here with this attire for Balor.
Mm-hmm.
I said that it was like a symbiote taking over his body. Zane, you can ask questions related to the channel and the series, like, was something else supposed to happen in this story, or what was the idea, but not what if this happens, or what's gonna happen, or stuff like that. Because when you're outright asking for spoilers, that's the problem. Okay, Hanzo asked top 5 universe attires.
Good question.
You want to go first, or should I? Because I think I might have 5 off the top of my head.
You go ahead first, because I'm thinking.
So I think Gargano. This Demon Balor is definitely one of those, and I already took care of it. Don't worry. But this Demon outfit definitely up there. I think either Gargano. If we're only doing one per person. Champa's Kratos attire from this show. Rollins' white attire probably, because that's always that's always going to be up there. If I can, did I say Gargano Wolverine already? Okay, Gargano's Wolverine. If we can only do one per person. And then
multiple attires per person. I think we're doing like just attires in general.
Yeah, well, he was asking in universe, so I'm just
kind of. Yeah, but we can include like multiple people.
Yeah, because like Gargano's mashup attire is also really cool to me.
Yeah. It's our show, damn it.
We also just haven't done many special attires. Rey Mysterio's Terminator one is up there as well.
Yeah. Like, are we just saying special attires and one-offs, or just attires that we like to see?
Attires in general. If you want to go special, we can just go special.
No. I like horror. I like this. There was like just top 5 attires in general. Like oddly, one of those things is Falter.
Okay.
Because like when I hear attire, I don't think just outfit. I think presentation.
Okay.
Like what is this saying? So like because when I see the attire, I hear the music and I see the lighting.
Okay.
And there's like to me like what it's one of the best entrances in wrestling because it's so simple. Just the light and that classical music in the background with his hands behind his back. It's so weirdly intimidating.
He's an intimidating man, is Walter.
Like it's almost like when you see like the shadow of Darth Vader.
You know what? Yeah.
Like it gives me that vibe. It's like you know in the early movies we don't see Darth Vader yet, you see the shadow of Vader. And just like the breathing. It's like you know, eventually they reveal it, but like it's like that moment like, oh shit. It's like it's the build up.
Yeah.
Another one to me is I really like our original Fiend story. I know you don't care for it too much. I really like what we do with the Fiend.
Oh, I like what we did with the Fiend. I just don't like the Fiend anymore.
Oh.
What we did, I think, was actually one of our better stories.
Yeah, I like the Fiend. I love the presentation. I also liked more how we got him to the belt than what they did in WWE. Because to me, in WWE, it felt like he was chasing the belt.
Mm-hmm.
With us, I think we wrote it in a way where, to me at least, it felt like that the person he attacked was Reigns, I believe. Right?
Yeah.
It was more like I'm attacking you because I dislike you. The belt is completely secondary to me.
Yeah, because Roman was also the first person he attacked.
Yeah, like it's like beating you is just like something I want to do.
Yep.
Like getting the belt to me isn't even that much of a bonus. I just grab it and run away.
Mm-hmm. God, that pay-per-view is so weird to think back
Huh?
on. I said that pay-per-view where Fiend won the belt was our first premiered pay-per-view.
Oh yeah.
It's a good time. It's one of my favorites still, just because of that. So just kind of look back at your comments here real quick. So Zane asks who our favorite GM in Universe has been. I think it's got to be Regal.
Regal and no, I can't say it because we're not finished with them yet.
Well, I mean, they don't have to be finished.
But now I can't say it at all because they don't know if he's coming back.
Barrett got drafted to Raw. Like, people know Barrett's going to be in the series still.
I'm not talking about it. Anyway.
Okay, so yours is someone that... Oh, okay. I think I know what you're talking about. But okay, so out of the ones we've seen, Christian, Sandow, Triple H, Barrett, Regal.
Guys, I'm telling you, what we would have done with Christian would have gone over so well.
It sure would.
Like, because you and I literally just had him in bits as the GM. Like Michael Scott, essentially.
Yeah, like pretty much. Appreciate it, Hansa.
Like we had to make like the plan was to literally make Christian Michael Scott of SmackDown.
Yeah,
like,
it was gonna be great.
Everyone does their jobs well in spite of his lunacy that he pulls on this show.
Yeah, and I've done the him calling Regal on the phone for War Games thing. Yeah. Like I've told that story.
At one point play like him making everyone play tag with him backstage.
Yeah.
And like so he just would have been Christian making people play tag with him and they have to do it. Because this is literally the boss the whole time it's like this. As they have to run and chase him.
Also, Balor just won the IC title in very quick fashion. as the Demon should.
Demon is important, guys. Don't waste the Demon. Don't have him lose to Roman Reigns in one of the stupidest goddamn things I've ever seen in my life.
Your reaction on that watch along is still one of my favorite things.
Then I just go, what the fuck?
You are just dying of laughter because I haven't seen. I'm still 2 minutes behind you on that stream the whole time, so you're dying of laughter. I'm like, what's happening? What's happening? Another question we got to ask is, what is our favorite arena from Universe? I feel like yours probably is one of those takeovers, I'd imagine.
What was the question?
What our favorite Universe arenas we've used have been?
Interesting.
I think I'm always going to have a soft spot for the Bad Blood arena.
Very true, very true. The Anderson Takeover arenas, I like them a lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I designed some really cool looking ones. You know, it basically looked like I was doing Ring of Honor, but you know. Except for the one time, and that time I went full Vince McMahon. But anyway, like it was that was the thing about NXT arenas. There was no in between with me about it. Like it was like minimal, like dark, like this is wrestling arena. Or was NXT Takeover 10? With every single light board I could find.
Yeah.
Minor joke.
So this match.
I don't answer questions. I just riff on the questions themselves.
You really do. But so before we jump to the next question, I've talked about this matchup a lot. I talked about it a lot.
Cleveland would be one of them.
That's a good one.
So that gives you an answer. And my favorite, and that was Takeover London's good. WrestleMania 34 came out really good. That's one of my favorites. I love WrestleMania. So WrestleMania 30, I'll go with 34. WrestleMania 34.
As arena?
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, we didn't make that arena, but that works. I mean, the question wasn't what our favorite one we made was. So.
Nancy Taylor London.
Yeah, but
arenas in general.
Yeah, they did. That's why I was saying they weren't saying ones we made, so we're good. It was just arenas we've used in general. But yeah, I talked about this matchup a lot yesterday, and just to say it one more time, why didn't I just keep Tony Storm through SummerSlam? I felt like it was so obvious coming out of WrestleMania when Storm went to Raw that this is where this was heading.
Yeah, like, we almost did this. Like, we almost did something else. You remember what we almost did?
Wasn't this almost Bianca Belair?
No, we almost did a 2-week build to her and Banks.
That's right, we did. So Zach says, so people don't ask the same questions again.
Like with the NXT Women's Championship and have that in tow the entire time.
Yeah. But Zach says we should find a way to... Zach, buddy, that's never going to stop people, trust me. Like, I know if I've already answered something. I don't mind answering something on multiple different streams.
Read the question to me again. Okay, so I'm going full screen with you right now.
Okay. So Zach said, so people won't ask the same questions again. You guys should find a way to keep track of questions, and then you can just say you've already answered that.
We'll do that, and then a lot of times we'll just repeat our answers just to, try to be nice. But nice doesn't get you very far.
Oh, no, Zach, that's no hate towards you, man.
Zach, I like you. You're a good noodle.
All good. Like, we appreciate the attempt at helping, so nothing against you there. Just, yeah, we've been doing this a while, so we kind of know. We just kind of know that.
We know who's being like.
Says Ray crashed again, but Ray's still here, so that's.
Stuart
says Ray crashed again, but you've been here the whole time, so.
Might be a problem with your stream, buddy.
Let's see. So Zane asked what our favorite pay-per-view of season 2 and our favorite pay-per-view of season 3 so far have been. I mean, I'm always gonna say Bad Blood was my favorite of season 2.
Yeah, I like that one a lot too.
Season 3 so far is SummerSlam for me.
I want to go with SummerSlam.
Okay. I also like Takeover Cleveland. That was a fun show for me. I really enjoyed that.
Came out really good.
The end was just a very bittersweet show, so that's the only reason why it's not my favorite.
And some nostalgia pops on it.
Yeah.
Hey, remember this?
Yeah, I mean, now we're heading towards Clash of Champions. And, man, it feels weird that I'm only a few weeks away from recording it because it's going to be on 2K22. I don't have 2K22 pre-ordered yet, but that's just because I got to wait till this Friday for payday. Okay, so Mac Danger asks. Okay, so we've got 2 questions. We'll go with Mac Dangers first because that's going to be an easier answer.
My idea is any pre-order bonus you can buy after just separately.
Yeah.
So I'll wait till after just to see the reviews just to avoid spending the money.
Well, I always buy the new games, so. So Mac Danger first asks, what is your favorite match on the most recent WrestleMania in universe? That is a great question.
I'll go first.
You go first because I have to think for a minute.
I think I know what yours is going to be.
I think I do too.
I go ahead and answer mine. The emotional, okay, so WrestleMania I said is Empire Strikes Back to me.
It is, yeah.
It is. You look at the results. It is dark.
Does that make this Return of the Jedi?
SummerSlam, no. WrestleMania season 3 is Return of the Jedi.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, based on one match alone.
Yeah. So the emotional, I thought the emotional, the I am your father of the show, so to speak, the big dun dun thing would be the Gargano heel turn. I didn't expect a lot of people to pop and go yeah, yeah, because that was the reaction. I was like, I did not expect that. I wanted you guys to be disappointed and devastated at what happened, but you guys are really down with this. Because they were, you can't deny it, they were down with it when Gargano's hit him with the chair.
Yeah, I get that.
But, people were so upset with Daniel Bryan versus Bobby Roode.
Yeah.
People were so upset. They were like, no! You fucking assholes!
And as Zach just said, because of the monster video package, he thought Bryan might win.
When you showed that to me, I was like, I don't know if we put this in the show. And you're like, why? And I didn't want to be honest with you. I'm like, dude, because we build this up too much. We're going to look like dicks.
That was kind of the point.
I know it was the point. I don't know why you want the fans to reject us now.
Ray, did you not see the opening to my stream yesterday? I wore a shirt and tie and dissed you for 5 minutes talking about how I was here to make a better LS11 Universe when I won the title. Okay. So my answer,
I've won the title for at least 2 months now.
Yeah, because Carnold's challenging you at Revolution next weekend, and then in 2 weeks.
What a great main event! Carnold versus Mata.
And then Mata at WrestleMania. But anyway, so mine, I think it's probably Rollins Reigns. I had the most emotional attachment to that match.
I knew that. So I was like, it's going to be Rollins versus Reigns.
So we'll go with Stewart's next, then we'll go to Zane's because Stewart's is a very quick answer. He asked what the last pay-per-view on 2K20 was. I believe it was Super Showdown, and this is the last pay-per-view of 2K19. I believe Super Showdown live from Australia.
Showed up. Went over like a cow tied to a piece of goddamn aluminum foil.
People like that showdown at the time.
At the time, everyone hated Dustin.
At the time, we'd only just started as well, and we had Brock winning over a fan favorite in the main event. So,
because that was a really basic thing to do.
Yeah. Okay, so Zane asked, and this one's definitely more for you than for me. What's our favorite NXT TakeOver match? Mine is probably
Dunn Cesaro.
Yeah, mine is probably Dunn Cesaro. I believe that was TakeOver Philadelphia.
Triple threat for the title was really fun.
Mm-hmm. So Cole, Dunn, Walter, for those that don't know what we're talking about.
Yeah. Dunn Styles, because at the end of it, I did not know who the babyface and who the heel was anymore, and neither did anyone else. Because you had this one section, the audience was like, yay, the Conquering Hero gets to keep his belt. And yet the other side going, what the actual fuck?
Speaking of what the actual fuck, the finish to this match. That, ladies and gentlemen, is Xander botching a kick out 3 times and deciding, fuck it, no one's going to care. So Zach says his favorite takeover was Cole Dunn's takeover match was Cole Dunn Cesaro, which is a really good one.
Cole Dunn Cesaro or Cole Dunn Walter?
Oh, Cole Dunn Walter. I'm sorry. I'm a little tired. I was having a very lazy Sunday. Then 2 hours ago, Ray's like, "You want to stream at 4?" Okay, 3 hours ago, Ray's like, "You want to stream at 4?" I'm like, "Oh yeah, sure." Let me shower.
Yesterday.
At midnight. Anyway, I was like, "Let me shower." Let me shower so I'm not wearing the same clothes I was wearing on yesterday's stream. Because I usually just shower on Monday morning.
Disgusting.
That's not the only time of the week. I shower on average, I probably shower 5 times a week. So maybe 6 if I have a particularly dirty day. But yeah, so Rhea Ripley keeps the Raw Women's title, and once again, she's closing in on a year. But Sasha Banks is about to challenge her, so who knows?
I'm a ponytail guy now.
Probably. Okay, Ray, I gotta tell you, this was comedy gold on your part. Just, my dad wrestles on Raw, and I was wondering if I could get an autograph. Oh yeah. What's your name, dog? And then the punchline, of course. Dominic. So Zach says on a normal episode of a normal NXT episode matches, the 3 Stages of Hell was his favorite TV match. It's a really good one. I haven't thought about that one in a while.
Yeah. I just like the idea of ending a feud with this 3 Stages of Hell match.
Yeah. So what are some of our favorite moments from season 2 and 3? So we'll go to we did a whole stream talking about season 2, so we'll keep it to season 3.
Yeah, we did like a whole 2-hour stream about it.
Yeah. So the best way to know what our favorite moments of season 2 were is just watch the WrestleMania Fallout video where we talked about it a lot. Season 3, just because we're at halfway through season 3 now. I was actually going to do a halfway through season 3 retrospect last week, but I got really tired. do it. But like Champa going to Raw to kick off the season, Big E joining the Hurt Business, Kevin Owens returning and beating Johnny Gargano on an episode of SmackDown. Just naming a few. Raquel and Rhea had one of my favorite matches of the season so far. Cesaro winning the title tonight on this show.
Oh, yeah.
Just naming a few. What about you?
Favorite moments. I really like Gable winning the Cruiserweight title.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That is this season, isn't it?
Yep.
Hate that WWE somehow copyrighted Lesnar's entrance. A way to cut it. It's forever gonna stain one of my favorite parts of the show.
Lesnar's more over with me than he's been in a while.
Yeah, same here. But yeah, like I think a lot of people, I mentioned this recently as well. I think a lot of people could probably tell why we did Lesnar and Owens. Given I mentioned this was recorded at the very beginning of January, or this feud started at the beginning of January for me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people kind of realize this was meant to write Kevin Owens out of Universe at one point.
Yeah.
So Zach asks if with the hardcore skits we were going for WrestleMania 18 vibes. I don't know if you were. I wasn't because I didn't know that was a thing that happened at WrestleMania 18.
I knew it was a thing, but I wasn't like thinking about it.
Okay, yeah. So we were just kind of going with what would be funny. Zach says this Lesnar and KO match was underrated. It was a great match. It really was. Zane asks if I can dye my hair pink again. First of all, it was red, not pink. Second of all, absolutely not.
I liked it when it was red.
It's too hard to keep up.
It gave you like a flare.
Yet when I first did it, your first reaction was Quarter Life Crisis, and then your second thing was, great, we're one of those YouTube channels now where one of the hosts has weird hair.
Any one of those statements wrong. I never said I didn't like it.
That's true. Yeah, no, I'm probably never dyeing my hair again. Unless
very careful to specifically never state that I did not like it.
Let me roll that back. I said I will never dye my hair again. I will not dye my hair again unless it starts going gray, and then I will start dyeing the gray until it gets too much to handle.
Man, no, age gracefully.
If I'm not aging gracefully. I mean, if you guys remember back in 2020...
Just hold up the beard, grow it out, make it thicker, become a silver fox.
Not against it. There were a lot of title changes on this pay-per-view that Zach just mentioned. But, you know, I feel like that's kind of to expect with SummerSlam sometimes. I think last season we had less title changes at SummerSlam. In fact, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe last season we only had a couple last season. We had the SmackDown tag titles, the WWE title, the Raw Women's title twice, but I'm only going to count it one.
Our channel's so known for how often we change titles.
Well, on Big Four, yeah.
No, I'm just saying, like, when it comes to track records of us, like, of us with titles, we probably have less champions than the average universe mode.
I mean, we've only had 5 World Heavyweight Champions. 6. 5 different, but 6 total.
Yeah.
The transition into this move was just so clean.
Yeah.
Just headbutt, throw him through the ropes.
That's something I will say that looks nice about 2K22. It looks very fluid.
I'm not a fan of how it looks like you're going to have to grapple for almost every move, though.
Yeah, but the moves look more natural. They don't look as clunky.
Yeah, absolutely. But
moves look like they actually like run together and have consequence for one another.
Appreciate it, Zane. Anyway, what do you think of The Undertaker going to the Hall of Fame? I think it's well earned. I think it's about time. I think now, WrestleMania is in his home state. They're finally going to have him be able to be inducted in front of a crowd, so it's the right time.
Did they announce he's being inducted?
Yeah, they announced it the other day.
Oh, good.
So, yeah, it's good. I mean, there's not much else to say on it. Good.
Is Kane inducting him?
They have not announced.
Who do you think? Do you think it should be Kane?
I don't know. There's a lot of good options. There's Kane. There's Shawn. Vince himself.
Vince, yeah.
Mick, another one. Zach asks, how could somebody fight back from an apron powerbomb and a package pile driver through the announce table? Brock Lesnar, that's how.
Honestly, Stone Cold would be a pretty good choice to induct him into the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, I think so.
Texas boys, they have the exact same mentality when it comes to the wrestling business.
Zach says Triple H. That's a good shout, but I don't know if Triple H will be at the Hall of Fame, honestly, because Trips and Vince aren't going to aren't on.
Trips is not on. Trips is never coming back, guys. He's done wrestling.
Okay, I actually really like this question from Zane. What is your favorite betrayal in Universe? We've only had a slight number of betrayals, but there's some good ones. I think the most heartbreaking one for me is Gargano Champa.
Yeah.
Rollins betraying Murphy is up there, though. I'm doing what you do now. I'm riffing on this answer. Like, Rollins betraying Murphy is good. Big E betraying Champa is it's not a very memorable moment, but it has a lot of stake right now, and so it's important. And then there's obviously, the more recent thing of it being revealed that Roderick Strong betrayed the Undisputed Era.
Yeah.
What about you?
I don't want to keep shouting out NXT, but I'm doing this because I took something, I want to say, kind of forced on me. I made it fun. Jeffrey Connors and Joe Hendry.
I'd forgotten about that one.
It fits, but if I bring it up, I gotta say it.
Hanzo asks what our go-to meal is. If it's me cooking, it is spaghetti and meat sauce with some cheesy breadsticks. Unfortunately, my ground beef is frozen solid right now, so I'm just going to order a pizza tonight. But otherwise, I'd make that.
You left it under trickling room temperature water for about an hour and probably thawed out.
It takes longer than that for me for some reason. I had Alex put it. It didn't thaw out in a bowl of water after a couple hours last time for some reason.
Was it a bowl of water or a bowl of trickling water?
I believe it was trickling because I had Alex do it and she taught me the trickling trick. Trickling trick. Try saying that 5 times fast. Anyway, yeah, go to fast food is Subway for me.
I don't eat much fast food. I eat from one restaurant 3 times a week, though.
Is it the place you ordered when I was there the other day?
No. I get there twice a month.
Okay.
But 3 times a week I order from this wing place. Now your wing's ready in about 15 to 20 minutes.
Oh, nice.
So, not fast food, but definitely not slow.
Right. I think this question is just aimed at me.
I'll go ahead and shout out. I've already listened to the store I work at.
Just gonna say, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now there's teenagers walking outside my house.
But I think this question is just aimed at me, and it is from Zane. He says, what was my favorite thing about starting to watch wrestling in 2014? I think I've got to say it was getting in just in time to get super emotionally invested in the Shield, only for Seth Rollins to split them up immediately after I started watching.
Yeah. I'm sorry. So, like, my house, neighbor is another house. And between that, you get up to this trail that leads into another neighborhood.
Yeah.
So now my house is where every teenager likes to cut through to get to that neighborhood.
Wow.
Well, every now and then, because I like to have my window open, because I kind of like it. I like the air.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just walking with me all the time. It's uncomfortable.
I imagine so.
Then,
Zach says every month this show feels more like a real.
I really think to be into.
What was that?
I had some crystals I really think you'd be into.
Oh my God, I hate you so much. Zach says every month our show becomes more and more like a real wrestling show. That's kind of the goal.
Thank you.
Universe is definitely going to change up a little bit soon.
Yeah, because we have things, the impact.
Like, yeah, not only Impact. Like, there's gonna be name number 6 for Call Your Shot announced on Tuesday, which will be either Matt Cardona or Eric Young, depending on who wins the Patreon match. But also, like, this month of premieres is going to be probably the only time, not ever, but for a good while, that you get these huge hour-long shows Monday and Friday every week. Like, it's going to go the way I've been writing it, because I've been writing the first month of 2K22 recently. It's going to be like 5 matches a show, and then 4 simulated matches that just kind of have and here's what happened with the rest of Raw.
Yeah.
Like what it used to be, but you'll get 5 matches a show instead of 4. Because I think I can handle that. What is your favorite match in AEW Universe and favorite superstar? Hangman Danielson is still up there for me.
In ours?
Yeah, in ours.
Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and say that as MJF.
Okay.
But there are other characters who I think are better characters than MJF who will come, but me telling you, oh, I realize this thing that we haven't shown you yet, will kind of preeminently reveal our hand. Which I don't want to do.
Yeah, so my favorite match is probably the Hangman Danielson match. But that's of matches you've seen so far. Let's just say in 2 or 3 weeks, there's a match that might just take the cake for my favorite AEW Universe match. And Superstar, just from the standpoint of I enjoy booking them and writing stuff for them. I'm having, like, I don't know how much of the skits you've seen, Ray, but these pretty much every week almost backstage interactions between Kenny and Cole have been one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah. What's it?
What are we waiting a second on?
I don't know the comments.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so a match for me that I really enjoyed was Moxley and Cole for the TNT Championship.
Oh, yeah.
I was like, I was torn between that. I could have just said both of them, honestly, but like, I like it because we thought of the build like after we recorded it, but we liked it so much we had to try to incorporate it in as many ways we can, and that's the best versus the bastard. We did not have that tagline the whole time he recorded it. And then I said it, and then like we were like, oh my god, that sounds so much better. So we just like kept trying to put it in as many places we could to try to incorporate it into the build. Although match.
Zane says that MJF is like Joker. I'd say he's more like Lex Luthor.
I wouldn't say like Lex Luthor because like Lex Luthor's thing, like okay, I hate saying it, I would compare Cody to Lex Luthor.
Okay, yeah, actually, yeah.
But because like I'm half convinced this is a work. I don't know anymore with Cody, but anyway, MJF kind of reminds me of the Riddler.
Okay, yeah, I can
where it's just like this, like arrogant, self-confident prick.
Yeah. Okay.
Always trying to glow over you, even if when he fails, he freaks out
and
insists you cheated.
Well, the thing with that is we haven't seen what it's going to be like when MJF loses a match in LS11 Universe yet because he's undefeated.
I know, well, you know how his character is.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like, what's really funny to me is I only just thought about this the other day. I actually changed a match that you booked in AEW Universe without telling you at one point because, like, in the build to Revolution, because I realized something. Yeah. You and I had booked Jurassic Express and Christian, or no, it was Bryan Danielson and Jurassic Express versus just the Pinnacle. Or no, not that. It was Hangman of the Dark Order versus the Pinnacle of MJF, Spears, and Wardlow. And Hangman of the Dark Order were supposed to go over. I pulled MJF from the match and put Brian Cage in because I didn't want MJF to have a single loss to his name yet.
Oh, yeah.
The movie's not out yet, Zane, so that's what I think.
What do you ask?
What did we think of the new Batman movie? It's not out yet, so
maybe it'll be good.
I'll see it. Like,
I love Batman. We've had so many goddamn Batman movies in a very short space of time. So between 2005 to now, we've had Batman Begins, The Dark Knight, The Dark Knight Rises, Batman Under the Red Hood, Batman v Superman, The Justice League, and now The Batman.
I thought Under the Red Hood was just an animated movie.
It got a cinematic run.
Did it?
Yeah.
How did I not know about this?
It did. It was in cinemas.
Red Hood's like one of my favorite characters. How did I not know this?
Yeah. Oh, and 8, Lego Batman movie.
Speaking of Batman,
that's
a few weeks ago,
Batman movies in 17 years, or at least 8 movies featuring Batman in a predominant role. That's on average a Batman movie every 2 years. That is too much Batman.
I'd like to acknowledge that I want to call you out on this real quick.
Okay.
A few weeks ago, I'm walking through Kroger. I'm getting some groceries. And I sent you a text, just comic book related. I'm like, so is it weird that my favorite Robin is not my favorite character? Because I like Tim Drake as Robin, but I prefer Jason Todd as a character. And then Ray's response is, well, both of those are wrong. So I'm like, it's my opinion of what characters I like more. That's like you being like, my favorite wrestler is Edge, and I'm like, well, you're wrong. What the hell? What did I do to you? Other than making books
to me.
Other than Joe Hendry and Joseph Connors, and a few other things that we won't get into.
Okay.
Oh, this match. Have you ever seen a match where you have to get someone on the card more than this match?
Yep.
Just needed Roman on the card.
Roman, who are you facing? Come on. Who are you working with?
Who are you working with this time? You know.
So, I noticed something.
What'd you notice?
I watched Revenge of the Sith the other night, and I was watching the movie, and I realized something cool. So, a typical criticism of the Mustafar rule in that movie is that it looks like a dance, right? That's what a lot of people say.
Okay.
Like, have you heard that criticism? It looks too much like a dance. It looks too planned out.
It's what a lot of people say about Will Ospreay and Ricochet when they wrestle each other.
So, I was watching it the other day, and I actually realized something kind of cool. If you actually watch the fight itself, there is something going on. You can see both guys attempting to win the fight in different ways.
Okay.
Like, if you notice, throughout the whole fight, Obi-Wan is moving backwards.
Mm-hmm.
Throughout the whole fight, Obi-Wan's letting Anakin come to him, and he's just deflecting. And literally the entire fight, he is looking for a point of advantage. He's looking for a high ground.
Mm-hmm.
And literally the whole time, Anakin continuously is just coming forward. That's the whole fight, is Anakin literally just chasing Obi-Wan.
Yeah.
I literally just noticed it upon this watch.
It's been a while since I've seen it, so I'd have to go back and watch it again.
I am looking forward to Obi-Wan Kenobi on Disney+.
Same. He's my favorite Star Wars character.
You wanted something weird I thought of?
What's that?
So the show is just called Kenobi.
Yes, it is.
I don't think he's going to be called Obi-Wan throughout the whole show.
Probably not.
I think he's going to be referred to as Ben Kenobi.
Yeah, makes sense.
That way it would be even more power when Obi-Wan says in A New Hope, Obi-Wan Kenobi. Obi-Wan. That's a name I haven't heard in a long, long time.
Reigns and Nakamura. I hate to say it because I like both guys. This was just a match on the show.
Do you think old Ben Kenobi started out as Ben Kenobi? Well, it first started as like handsome Ben Kenobi. Let's be honest. And then it just went to, hey, cute, and look, it's cute Ben Kenobi. And then it went to this, oh, look, there's Ben. And then it just went to, oh, look, there's old Ben.
I don't know, right? I don't really know how to respond.
Sounds like a local homeless person. Oh, look, there's old Ben.
So we have 4 matches left on the show after this one.
Cool.
We'll be on to the next one eventually, because I know it took 3 spears to put down Nakamura, which was one of the things that annoyed me the most when I was recording.
Yeah, we have to keep playing the match.
Yeah.
Is he going to get offensive, or is he just going to keep getting his ass kicked by Roman?
Yeah, I don't know why people it just sometimes happens, and sometimes I pause and swap who I'm playing as and cover again and just edit it. But this time I was just like, we'll just kind of keep going.
No, like now I feel weirder because it just looks like the most prolonged beatdown ever.
Yeah, I mean that's exactly what it is.
It's like the ending of Rocky 2. It's just like it's just him fucking him up the whole time.
Which one is Rocky 2?
Rocky it's 3 or 4. It's one where Rocky pretty much loses the entire time. I think it's Rocky 3 with Thunder Lips.
3 is Thunderlip, yeah, and then 4 is where it's if he dies, he dies.
Yeah. But it's like Thunderlips like really destroys him the entire time, but Rocky just refuses to die.
Yeah.
That's this match.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's like in a case where like, I'm going to destroy you, followed by no, you're not.
Yeah, I think we're in the finish now with Roman reversing the Kinshasa.
Which, to be fair, it is like kind of nice for Nakamura to look this durable.
Yeah. There it is. And I think we go into one of the final hardcore skits now. One of the last two, anyway. So, like when we get to the final few minutes of this show is when I'm gonna place my Domino's order.
Domino!
Because I know you're like, oh, just thaw the meat out over like an hour in a dripping water. It's like, well, I'm hungry now, so if I order Domino's, it's like a 20-minute drive to go get it, and then I don't have to wait as long. Because all I've had today are some chocolate chip muffins, and they are not very big muffins. They're like that tall and like that wide. Like, you know the muffins you can buy, I mean, you used to work at Kroger. You know the muffins you can buy in the store, they're pre-made and they're huge?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it ain't like that. These are tiny. I made these myself yesterday morning.
Yeah, muffins are always good. What's your favorite? Are chocolate chip muffins your favorite muffin?
They're not. I'm a blueberry guy.
I like berries. I like strawberries too. You like a really nice strawberry one. But those are harder to come by than a nice blueberry one. Zander, don't even know. Let's just keep talking about muffins. Anyway.
Oh, I was saying, because of who just won the title. Don't worry. This is where I screamed, I will not stand for this. And this is one of the funniest bits in the show to me. And I think this gets funnier with you not on commentary.
Yeah.
Well, this becomes funnier because you're not on commentary.
I find it funny because, like it's literally the only reason is because you got the jump on him.
It is, yeah. That is exactly what it is. Had he not smacked his face in that turnbuckle, he would have kicked my ass. Because he is a trained professional athlete. I am not.
You got the jump on him.
I did. Is that why Omos beat you? Because he got the jump on you?
Definitely. Omos could not beat me.
And right here is where Ray Wood, for a mere few moments, becomes a double champion on the channel.
Yeah!
Also, can we appreciate that I gave you the execution DDT?
Sure.
And we'll ignore the replay where you're starting to do a pedigree. For some reason. But yeah, there you go. You became a champion. It was kind of fun.
Woo! Yeah!
This is where the running gag of Sharon the intern came in as well.
Oh, Sharon.
Great girl, promising future. She brought me some ibuprofen after you dropped me on my head.
Yeah.
Very helpful.
He's into photography. Still, something weird.
Ladies and gentlemen, the only time Ray has ever looked like a child. Speaking of us as children, Ray, I've been meaning to tell you this for like 2 weeks. Mr. Beavers told me to tell you, please tell Ray it is okay. I was never mad at him, and I will never be mad at him for accidentally stepping on that stand.
Okay.
Because we were texting the other day, and I mentioned that you still sometimes mention that you feel a little bad about that. Like he was texting me, he was like, I still feel bad thinking about it because I couldn't get mad at him. He felt so bad. He clearly knew what happened, and I did not want to punish him for that. It's a bit of an inside joke. Long story short, people who don't know, when we were younger, like 15 probably.
Yeah, I've been a post.
Yeah, Ray accidentally took a step back and stepped on like an aluminum green screen stand and bent one of the legs. And he like felt so bad because our video teacher has always just been like one of the nicest people to us. And
yeah, he also made no secret of how much money a lot of this stuff costs.
Yeah.
And I talk about it pretty much all the time.
Yeah. And he was having a bad day that day anyway.
I don't enjoy talking about this that much.
I won't dwell on it too much, but like, hey, all is forgiven and he was never mad at you. That's what he
I know, I still don't like talking. It's a weird thing to talk about.
Anyway, let's talk about what's going on the show. So Diamond Mine is certainly something, isn't it?
Yeah.
I feel like our version of Diamond Mine is a little bastardized.
Well, the idea is that it is.
Like, we only have Drew Gulak and we have Ivy Nile as of this past Friday.
Yeah.
Like, we don't have the Creed brothers. We don't have Malcolm Bivens yet. We don't. He'll be there eventually. Because we kind of silently dropped the Bivens and Theory partnership.
Yeah. But
I don't know why this is weird to me. This is John Cena's first SummerSlam match in our show.
Well, I didn't know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah, he wasn't at the first one. He wasn't at last year's, and this is the first one. Because he hadn't shown up in Universe yet in season 1.
Oh.
And he was still about 2 months away from returning in season 2. It's honestly almost weird to me having Cena back full-time in Universe right now.
Yeah.
Like, because it's a fairly unrealistic thing, and like it was at a time when we weren't really doing unrealistic things. But you know, I feel like one day we're not going to have him at all. So I wanted to get kind of one final run in for Cena, if that makes sense, for those that might be curious. Like, and Cena doesn't have the best record on the channel.
No, he doesn't.
Like, as of this week, John Cena has a 19-6 record on the channel.
Yeah.
But, like, that was before he wrestled 15 times last season. And had his, like, before he won the IC title, I think Cena only had, like, 6 wins in Universe.
Well, we really treated him like a part-timer then. Here he's more full-time. He did a video that I saw where he talked about all the different roles he played.
Mm-hmm.
And he talked about John Cena. And he said, and he basically said, yeah, I wanted John Cena to be the bad guy, but at the end of the day, that's not my decision.
Yeah. He mentioned, I don't know if this is the same thing, but he mentioned the other day that He thinks there's still a whole decade's worth of a run of him as a heel.
Yeah.
John, buddy, if you started that run today, you'd be 54 when that run is over.
So get it going.
So get in the chamber, John. What am I saying? John Cena is a human cryogenic chamber.
They're not cryogenic chambers.
What is it called?
Did you not know cryogenic chamber was a joke?
What's it actually called?
Huh?
What's it actually called, Ray?
Is it some kind of oxygen therapy tank?
Okay.
Do you want to know what cryogenic is?
I watched the Scooby-Doo movie the other day, and I had to look it up, so I actually know what it is.
Get in the freezing pod, John.
I hate it here.
I said,
I hate it here.
You look so upset that
I'm embarrassed with myself.
I thought you know what cryogenic meant.
I found a movie review channel that just watches really bad movies today and watched a bunch of their content, and that's where I found out what it meant. Because I've just been doing art all day. Like, I've been drawing since I woke up. It's therapeutic for me. And, like, I know a lot of people that, like, are on our fan base are probably like, Xander, why don't you ever share your art with the channel? It's like, because that's just not what I do it for. I don't do it to show it off to the world. Also, I'd like to acknowledge right here is when the chat was like, yeah, Roderick Strong needs to win this match. Welp. John Cena wins, lol. I feel like this match probably is the most Cena wins LOL match we've ever done.
Yeah, I'm just sitting here thinking about, has Roderick Strong's direction really changed so far in season 3?
He was supposed to just be an afterthought. Then
Yeah.
his WWE member left.
Yeah, and then it was like, then he was supposed to never leave, and then he kind of became the head of the storyline, and then it started, I was like, okay, after that, now we can do, who was the first to go? No, it was, Cole was the first to go, right? So Cole left.
Fish was the first to go.
Fish was the first to go, right. So Fish left, and we were like, oh, shit. Well, we could kind of still do the storyline. I'm not going to be saying about Fish, but we can kind of still do it. And then it was, then Cole left.
Yes.
And then, so you're like, okay, let's promote Fish in the storyline. Let's make him the big heel here. And let's have a storyline of O'Reilly versus Fish. O'Reilly versus Strong. And that kind of the aftermath of the Undisputed Era. And then O'Reilly left. And then we're like, okay. So what we're going to do here is we're just going to push Roderick Strong and reveal everything that the storyline was supposed to reveal in a matter of months in a much more dramatic fashion. Kind of as an afterthought.
This is one of my favorite attires in universe history. Like, shout out to Joe Mashup for this one, man.
Oh no, the guitar is great. I'm sorry, guys. I was going to go do that thing. That way you guys know. The original plans for Roderick Strong at the Undisputed Era, everything that was going to happen, was actually really cool.
What were the plans for Roddy after the UE?
Well, originally, at one point we had in a huge blood feud with Kyle O'Reilly.
Oh, yeah. That would have blown off here.
Yeah.
With the debut of Diamond Mine, which would have been Oney Lorcan, Danny Burch, and Austin Theory. 2 of these things are not here, and then at that point, Theory doesn't really fit the group.
Yep.
Then it was going to be Gulak, Lorcan, and Burch. Again, Lorcan and Birch got released.
And now we're going. I like how we got Monday Night Messiah before they even debuted.
They did. They got the Monday night, for fuck's sake, stop releasing our team members.
Because it's like, all right, guys, the original group, it's Seth, it's Buddy, it's the Authors of Pain. The Authors of Pain are released. Okay.
All right, it's Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake.
It's Buddy, it's Steve Cutler and Wesley Blake. All right, Buddy, separated. Now it's Seth, and it's Shane Thorne, and it's Wesley Blake. And it was like, oh god. And then they were released. So it was like, all right, it's Seth, it's Shane Thorne, it's Dio Madden.
Dio Madden is just, he's the one of these things is not like the other addition to that group, isn't he?
That's like Dio Madden is Virgil when he joined the NWO. It was like, okay, why is he here?
I got it covered, Hanzo. But Hanzo, since you are a moderator, all you got to do is go to the comment, click the little 3 dots, and there'll be a trash can button that says remove. And you can remove anyone's comments that isn't ours because we're the owners of the channel, and I don't think you can remove other moderator comments. We've got bots that keep popping into the chat. So it's really funny seeing this matchup play out. This is another one of those matches where it's kind of weird for me to see it happen. Because Champa becoming Grand Slam Champa, as I've called him this week, was always going to happen at SummerSlam. But, like, who it was going to be against was always different. Like, at one point, it was going to be Apollo Crews, I think. One point, it was going to be Walter. I don't remember if anyone else was in there. That Kratos attire was so good, like I said. Like, I cannot put Joe mashups over enough. I try and put him over as often as I can.
Another shout out to Joe Mashups.
I shout him out on Twitter pretty often, so.
Have you ever talked with him?
No, he's liked my tweets when I shout him out. I just try to make sure that he knows that I appreciate the work he does, so that I'm not like just using his work on on this series without at least some form of credit to him.
Hey Joe, why don't you talk to us? We can be friends.
But yeah, that and just Champa having a Kratos attire just also means a lot to me because of ARW.
No, you haven't played the new game.
I haven't, but where I was going with that is because of ARW, where Kratos was like the main character for so long. Joe Mashups made that attire, Hanzo. It is completely modded in because like you can't put face paint on wrestlers that are already in the game. So that is a completely modded in attire. It's so good. I think Alex finally messaged me after like 3 hours.
How's she?
We're not going to get into what channel we're talking about right now.
Alright.
I just got a very long ranting message about something. So, long story short, we're just going to leave it at that. But yeah, that attire, that might be attire of the night for me, the God of War attire.
Yeah, it's fun. You need to play the new game. The new game is just such a banger, man.
I've considered it. I keep meaning to play it, and I just keep not having time.
Yeah, it's like I like it because it's like a mix of like because there's a lot of games recently that have just been like too cinematic.
Mm-hmm.
It just feels like you're playing a movie. And then you have the games that don't feel that cinematic at all. This game has like a nice balance of like really fun gameplay, but also a really good story. Especially if you're as white as I am and love Norse culture.
Yeah, I am looking forward to the new game as well.
Yeah. I'm all out of bathroom, guys.
I'll keep talking to the chat while you do that. This is Kratos in ARW was way overpowered. He was the male Lady Dimitrescu. Yeah, he really was. 282 days champion or something like that. Longest title reign in ARW history. And at this point, it's always going to be the longest title reign, I think. Well, no, Lady D might haven't beaten it. No, because Kratos was 3 months away from a year. She's not. She's 4 months away from a year, I think. But yeah, this matchup was honestly one of my favorites. Like I said, Champa had my favorite attire of the show. Grand Slam Champa was... I think a lot of people knew it was an inevitability of him being the first Grand Slam champion. I can say, Ray and I can both say we won titles in the WWE. We can also both say we were in the Royal Rumble. I actually did nearly buy a $100 replica of the Hardcore title at one point because of that. My replica ARW title up there. So for some people that might not know, I do have a replica ARW title. So that's pretty cool. I feel like, especially with the news of me now being the new ARW GM for the final month of the show, after Captain Falcon got his win last night. The real shame that some guys took out Lex Luthor's tag partners and turned the handicap back into a one-on-one. The real shame that they showed up, isn't it? Also, whenever you hear that ping, that's just the future Mrs. Zandermania texting me. I actually just call her Alex now because I've just straight up name dropped her so many times recently. Joe actually never had a finisher in this matchup, I just remembered.
Hello.
True. Just talking about how it felt like a lot of people probably knew Champa was going to be the first Grand Slam champion.
Oh yeah.
It is funny though. He is the closest. Like before this matchup, yeah, he was the closest person to being a Grand Slam champion. He wasn't always going to be the first person closest to it though. Like there was a point in time where John Morrison was going to be the Intercontinental Champion, which meant he was a world title away. Granted, him winning a world title was nowhere near the plans, but
yeah.
Like, let me pull up the roster right now. I guess unless you want to count Shayna as a Grand Slam champion, which I guess you could. Because she did all three.
Yeah.
But at the same time, we've also talked about the potential women's tag titles coming in.
Yeah, Roderick Strong.
Roddy is a U.S. and a world title away.
I thought it was just a tag title, a mid-card title, and a world title.
No, it's both mid-card, the tag, and a world. So, like, Rollins is both mid-cards away. Like, just kind of going through the rosters here. Styles is only got U.S. so far. Big E hasn't had anything. Lashley has had U.S., and that is it. Rude is both mid-cards away. Cesaro is only missing a tag and a U.S. title.
Yeah.
I'll just shout out ones that are like actually super close because there's not many.
I was counting Roddy's one with the North American title. That's why I say it was one away.
Yeah, there's also that. Let's see here.
Undermine NXT, why don't you?
Brand anymore.
Oh,
It's not a brand anymore. That's the only reason why I don't mention it.
oh really? I mean, like that. All right, I see how it is.
Yeah, whatever.
Hurt my feelings.
I wasn't trying to. It was not my intention.
The only thing you're hurting is my feelings.
Gargano's super close to a Grand Slam. He had Tag, IC, and World.
Yeah.
Owens is an IC in the World away, which I could see both of those happening. Within the confines of LS11. So I think Johnny Gargano and Kevin Owens are probably the two closest, like where they could do it on the brands they're on. Well, Gargano would have to go over to Raw to get the US, but I think the one thing that kind of takes away from this matchup for me is that Joe never hit the muscle buster, and I don't think he ever walked in the clutch either.
Oh yeah.
And right here was supposed to be the end. It was supposed to be a big climactic end of Champa hitting like the big full vertical fairy tale ending. Joe reversed it. I was like, all right, guess we're still going.
We're gonna keep it going.
AI reversals fuck up match finishes more often than I'd like to admit.
Yeah. What do you think is like the biggest fuck up of a finish?
Like in our universe?
Yeah.
Not counting the times where I forget to cut out me pausing, changing who I'm playing as, and redoing the pin. There's a few times in AEW more recently where Adam Cole's just winning on his like suplex brainbuster because they're not kicking out or they won't kick out.
Probably a big, like one specific time. Where a finish got like royally fucked up.
Clash of Champions Season 1. Drew McIntyre won the main event with the Glasgow Kiss headbutt.
Oh, God.
I had to think about that one for a second.
What have you done, Zander? This is now permanently part of our series, a man winning with a love tap. Kind of entering the last 30 minutes of this show here.
Yeah.
Champa wins the title. I wouldn't say this is Return of the Jedi. I would say this is the ending of Return of the Jedi. Like, this might be the beginning. This is where a lot of the darker storylines ended. Or like a lot of the darker storylines had somewhat resolutions.
Then this was the moment where everything changed. Yeah. Moose. 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 The moment it all changed. Although it is funny to me. Nobody, for some reason, nobody realized that this was the forbidden door being thrown open.
Yeah.
Lance Archer is what really made people realize the forbidden door. Because, like, I'm not going to call them out by name, but they know who they are if they're in the chat. Somebody commented when this came out that they were excited that Moose was in the WWE. But then the next day when Lance Archer was on Raw, they said, well, great, now you're just like everyone else using people from other companies.
All right.
Yep, and then Moose set up the Go to Hell Spear, and it's the reason we haven't seen Champa in a week.
My God, he landed on the belt.
I think it's just a powerful image. It kind of reminds me of Kevin Owens' debut in WWE, where the NXT champion showed up and laid out the U.S. champion and stood over him with a foot on the belt. Because the Impact World Champion just stood tall at SummerSlam over the United States champion.
Yeah.
It was kind of the face of the WWE series.
Guys, aren't you excited for the finale of the show? Yeah. Well, first, guys, we got to get through this.
Oh, this match.
Now, I get matches tonight, people. But we're gonna kind of put a little, damage to the pedal.
Because this match goes for 20 minutes. This match goes 20 minutes.
Ah!
Part of me is just like, Ray, let's skip it.
Chat, should we skip this match?
Can we, please? It's not great. This matchup should have been over after the first 10 minutes when they did the Spinebuster Frog Splash, but fucking Walter got up on the apron. Even though I took away Mouthpiece from Barthel and Eichner. For some reason, the Mouthpiece ability in 2K19 is supposed to be like, if you have this ability, your manager can save you. You take it away, they're not supposed to be able to. For some reason, I think it works in reverse. You give them Mouthpiece, and their Mouthpiece doesn't do anything. But you take it away, and their Mouthpiece is always up.
I don't know, man.
I just get very annoyed with these things.
Can we please skip this chat?
I mean, there's no one really saying we can't, so let's just jump to the Santino bit. Let's jump to Ray's dad's favorite part of the show.
Yep, let me see what I got here. Oh, sweet Jesus.
Right there. Street Profits won the tag titles. Look, this is also because I'm really hungry and want to order my Domino's soon.
Well, we're in the last 20 minutes, so if you order now, by the time we end this stream, I'll probably on the way.
They don't deliver here. I have to go pick it up. So I just order it before I leave the house because by the time I get there, it's ready.
Domino's. The Domino's crime family.
But yeah, so a lot of people were confused by this part, and I'll explain it again, like kind of on an official capacity instead of in a chat. People were confused by how this worked with Miz winning the title without pinning Omos. It's kind of mentioned here that by Miz that similar to MJF and Wardlow, it's in Omos's contract that while he is in the service of the Miz as Miz's bodyguard, any championships Omos wins that are not like tag titles with The Miz, obviously, but any titles Omos wins singles-wise must be vacated to The Miz. And I've just had a brilliant idea for something with that, and I'm just going to say it out loud. What if, at some point, Omos won the hardcore title again, but Miz wasn't there? And so there was one person named Miz he had to vacate it to that's in the arena. And for one night only, Omos has to be the bodyguard to Damien Mizdow. Also, Miz sold that. Well, there went my webcam. I'm trying to get back in. Hopefully, you can hear me at least.
I can hear you.
Okay, hang on. Let me take my camera off the thing. There we go. Here I am. I'm back.
I do love how the Miz sold that because he did like a flip.
He sold it like Rock sells a stunner. And this celebration is the most Santino it could be. It's the fact that it's the Ultimate Warrior title celebration with Santino's theme playing.
I like how like when he wins that like the production team puts on these lights.
Only thing that would have been better is if the purple lights were red, so it was the green and red Italian flag colors. But like, Zach made a comment about this last Monday, and I've been joking about this for weeks, but because one other person got it, I almost feel like I need to do it now. We've kind of started an alliance between Santino and Tony D'Angelo. We need to bring in Nunzio to have a full-blooded Italians 2.0.
So after that 23-minute detour from where the show was building back to the main event.
The Santino thing being the punchline of the hardcore title was perfect, by the way.
I know, but then we had the 23-minute detour of Cesaro and the Street Street Profits and Imperium.
Yeah. But hey, Street Profits won the tag titles, so that's good.
And now we're back to our originally scheduled program.
So, Cesaro walking into SummerSlam. Oh boy, didn't this matchup go through some changes?
Oh boy, didn't it?
Matt Riddle, Keith Lee, Sami Zayn, Jon Moxley, to name a few. Roman Reigns was one of the names we talked about walking into the main event.
Yeah.
Bridge, you look at that gauntlet, with the exception of Montez Ford, everyone in that gauntlet was talked about as being the ones to beat Rude.
James Storm at one point was part of the discussion.
Yeah, I forgot about that.
Before he quit, we were thinking about doing the rematch between him and Daniel Bryan.
Yeah. Well, I think the Daniel Bryan matchup came about because of Bryan leaving.
Yeah.
Didn't we actually consider Punk at one point?
No.
Or was it Punk Gargano? Yeah, Nakamura was in the gauntlet, so that's why I just kind of included him in the gauntlet. Wait, wasn't it Punk Gargano we were considering at one point?
I know Punk was in like ideas, but there was nothing ever concrete about it. I don't think they were fighting for a title.
I can't remember. I know his return was going to be at the end of Money in the Bank at one point. But then we were just like, let's just do an AEW universe. Let's just do it that way. Man, what an entrance for Bobby as well. And now he's Robert in the universe mode. He's Robert now. In part because he's going to be Robert in the games soon, so...
What's like... Okay, I'm just like... At the time, we didn't think we were ever going to push Bobby Roode the level to which we had. So, like, now, like, it feels weird with the whole Rollins thing. Because we let Rollins use that animation in WrestleMania for his entrance. Because you're like, oh, please, Bobby's never going to need this. We're not going to push Bobby that much.
Well, it was only the platform Rollins used. Because once Rollins got down to the bottom of the platform, it went back to the
I know.
entrance.
So, yeah, this match is quite interesting to talk about, really. Just because there were so many versions of this.
Right.
And like there was so much discussed about what we were going to do. So it was like, so it's weird watching it now because it's like, because there was like, because we kept going back and forth on what we were doing because we couldn't agree on anything.
Yeah, we like argued about this for months.
But they weren't like arguments. It was weird. Because when we argue, it's like one believes in one idea, the other believes in another idea. The issue is we kept coming up with ideas, but the other one would find holes, and then eventually neither of us liked any of the ideas anymore.
Yeah, like the big one for Moxley was, well, who does he feud with?
Yeah.
Other than Roman.
Yeah. Riddle and Cesaro were kind of the final two we were considering.
Yeah, and there was a point where I had a banner ready to go with Riddle holding the title on it.
Yeah.
But ultimately, Cesaro, to me, was the better idea, and I think the reason I said no to Riddle...
Chat doesn't turn on you and say they would have preferred Riddle.
Hope not. But, like, I'm going to justify it real quick here. Part of why I said no to Riddle was he'd already challenged twice in Season 2 and lost clean both times. And, like, I know you like to mention that moment where it looked like he almost had it, bad blood.
Yeah.
But in part, I think we're the only ones that remember that. But also, after that, Riddle didn't do much. He lost to Roman at Survivor Series. He was not in the main event of TLC. He was planned to be, but he ended up not being. He was the first one. He was one of the first ones gone in the Rumble. He wasn't at the Chamber. He was at Mania, but I think he was the third one eliminated. And then he just didn't do much else at that point. He was going to go to SmackDown at one point.
Yeah.
Only reason he didn't end up going to SmackDown was he was going to go to SmackDown to feud with the Undisputed Era, and the Undisputed Era imploded. Just kind of caved in on itself.
He caved in under the weight of Vince McMahon.
And Nick Khan and Bruce Pritchard and Kevin Dunn.
And everyone else. And everyone who's betrayed us. I know I don't remember this a lot. I just remembered this because someone edited Moxley's face onto Obi-Wan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, Anakin Seth Rollins and put the "You Were the Chosen One" thing over it.
Damn it! This mod was. Why couldn't this have come out before I'd finished up ARW?
What? Oh, Peacemaker?
Yeah, why could Peacemaker have not come out as a mod before I finished ARW? He totally would have shown up.
I love peace with all my heart. I don't care how many men, women, and children I have to kill to get it.
I just got reminded of something.
But
Remember when the Headbangers returned for like 3 months in 2016?
oh yeah,
That was weird.
oh yeah, it was weird. We aren't forgetting beaver cleavage, people. I'm sorry, it's stuff like that that really does makes me kind of not like the Attitude Era much. Because yes, the main event scene was great, but the mid card was Russo, and it was real Russo. Then it went to WCW, and it got even worse. It went to Oklahoma. That's how bad this got.
Yeah, the Attitude Era had good main event stars, but the mid card was woof.
The Attitude Era gave us I choppy your pee.
I got nothing to say there.
You don't know what that is?
No, I do. I just anyway.
I wish you didn't know what that is right now. That way you can find out that storyline on the screen.
I'd like to acknowledge
Uh,
that in this matchup, it really made Cesaro look like he was the chosen one to beat Bobby Roode. Because he kicked out of the glorious DDT at 1 twice.
cue the Nacho Libre music.
Also, that transition, if Roode hadn't gotten caught in the ropes for a weird glitch, it would have been really cool.
I still think it is pretty cool.
And there's old Reliable.
There's Reginald, the chair. Hello, Reginald.
I don't think we can call it that because of the wrestler Reginald. Or I guess he's Reggie now, but you got a point. If you were wondering what the answer to the question, what wrestler will you never see in LS11 Universe just because Andrew doesn't like him, Reggie is your answer.
All right.
And here comes the dramatic moment.
All right. The chair is now named Leon.
Right. I know the joke behind that. No one else on this channel is ever going to know the joke behind that.
What? I got Leon from the fact there's a video out right now of this dude.
Oh, I thought you said something else. You said Leon, like Leon?
Yeah.
I thought you said another name.
Oh, no.
Now you get why I said that's a joke no one else is ever going to learn.
No, I said Leon because there's this video of this dude who bought this lobster from like Publix, like a live lobster, and just dropped it in his fish tank and has been raising it. And he's named it Leon.
Welcome back,
Leon
Hanzo.
Lobster. Huh?
I said welcome back, Hanzo. I think we just got to the point, I think we just got to the part where Roode did the chair shot to DDT and Cesaro kicked out, right?
Yeah.
Because,
All right, it's time for me to enter my cheat code.
That's the way I looked at it. That's the way we both looked at it. It was like Roode just entered his cheat code that he's been using all season, all title reign, and it didn't work.
Yeah.
He got an error. See, now part of me is maybe the neutralizer that came right after Roode's attempted cheating should have been it, but it's I think the tap out at the end was a lot more fulfilling.
Yeah, I mean, either way kind of works to me, anyway.
I really think if I could have changed the finish and taken those last 3 minutes, I think it is, out, it might be even longer. But if I could take those last couple minutes of the match out and have it end anywhere else, it would be right here. The swing, He goes around 8 times. And then this sharpshooter would have been it.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be. But then the damn little yellow dot popped up. Or was I... Yeah, that damn green dot, excuse me. That damn green dot popped up.
Damn green dot. Is my favorite Christian rock star.
Also, right there, you could see Cesaro activated his comeback. Somehow he ran out of stamina to do it in the 5 seconds it took to put Rude in the corner and turn him around.
Hooray!
So the comeback went away.
So I hope you're all ready for methodical meter building.
I think the finish is coming up in a second, so like we're not that far away. Like I know the next sharpshooter is the end. It is crazy that it's 1 year later since Rude beat Balor.
Yeah,
a 1-year title reign for Bobby Roode, and he didn't get released.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest shock of the whole reign.
Roode gets released. Not long after this.
At that point, we just send him back to Impact and do beer money.
I know, but like go.
I mean, let's be real. I think everyone knows that if Rude ever leaves WWE, we're just going to do beer money again.
Yeah, but you know.
It's not a bad thing.
Oh, I know. We've had Rude leave the outside twice, people.
Here we go. I think this was the end. Caught him with the uppercut as he got back into the ring. Yep, this is it. Into the sharpshooter. And that's it.
Yeah.
And the whole chat was just like, no way, when it happened.
Bret Hart coming down to reverse the decision. No.
It is so insane to me that this finally happened.
Yeah.
After a very long time of building, this matchup happened, and Rude's title reign ended. Was he ever supposed to go longer than a year?
No.
I didn't think so, because he wasn't always supposed to go a year.
There was plans where he had Lindsay at Mania.
Yeah, like I think Keith Lee was going to be in Mania at one point.
Yeah.
Because Keith Lee was going to be the Rumble winner last season. So. He's going to be the Rumble winner this season, but you know. It's fine. He's in AEW now. He's doing really well in that universe.
Yeah, but you know, that's it. What happened? But look at it. Isn't that nice?
Isn't it nice just to see Cesaro as a world champion? Yeah, so that was SummerSlam.
Yep.
So I guess we'll just kind of end the stream.
Any last minute question, guys?
I guess any last minute questions before I order my... I mean, you know what? You guys have got until I place my Domino's order to get your last minute questions in. I'm not going to show my phone because it's going to have my credit card number, obviously. And my address. You guys have got a minute. My Wi-Fi is moving slow.
Thank you, Hanzo.
You do love to see it. That first defense, Cesaro versus Rude versus Archer. I'm so looking forward to recording that match. I'm so looking forward to using week 1 call of Lance Archer.
Yeah.
That's the one thing I'm a little worried about.
It'll be fine.
It looks like the chat's all good. We're just gonna keep going until I've ordered my pizza. Okay, we got a question. Zach asks, any Adam Cole forgotten plans from the WWE side of Universe? Plenty.
Not that I can like specifically remember at this time.
I can. Cole was going to be winning the IC title tonight, like at SummerSlam.
Mm-hmm.
And that's where Kyle O'Reilly was going to return.
Oh, yeah.
Because Kyle was going to...
Zander, I do think I have to go off. I have to use the restroom.
Okay, well, I'm going to order my... I'll end the stream myself once I'm done ordering the pizza then.
All right, guys. I want to see you later.
And so now it's just me. And we're going to order a pizza together. All right, so it's a large 5-topping, which is going to cover me for like the full week. So I'm going to get pepperoni. I'm going to get some bacon. I like to get 2 meats on it. Thank you, Hanzo. Very much appreciate that, brother. Add jalapenos, some onions, and some mushrooms. There you go. Simple pizza taken care of. Don't need extra cheese. Normally I'd be tempted, but I don't want to add too much to the order because my bank is changing over this week. So I'm hoping my debit card's going to actually work. I hope. We're gonna check the coupons on Domino's real quick, see if there's anything else. Any Survivor Series forgotten stories? Not for Survivor Series specifically. Like, obviously, the lineup to Team Rollins changed a lot over the year because of everything with who all got released and stuff. So that changed to be, went from Rollins, Thorne, and the Forgotten Sons to Rollins, Thorne, Madden, and Connors. That's the only time that really changed. Hang on, I'm still doing my order here. I gotta get my cheesy bread as well. I want that. Stuffed cheesy bread with bacon jalapeno. Add to order, and I think that is it for my order. So we are here with my one-person Domino's order, which, in all fairness, like I said, it's going to cover me from like today through like Thursday. So like I'm getting 4 days worth of food for, give it a minute. It's like down to retry. Keith Lee, WWE story that was supposed to be, long story short, he was supposed to win the Rumble this season, and then he was supposed to beat whoever the WWE champion is at WrestleMania. I'm not going to say any more than that, just for the purpose of not spoiling who the WWE champion might be, if it's still the same person. Okay, so my $26 cart. Check out. Don't add anything else. $26. This is going to cover me for like the whole week. So $26 for food for the whole week. Might as well. I can afford it this week. So I get paid this week as well. So wrapping up my order. Check that box. Yep, that's what car I'm driving. Pay now with debit card. I guess I got to end the stream because my card's not saved on my phone. So, bye everyone.